My name is Bailey Rankin, and this is Humanity's New Evolution. So, when I first heard about the symposium and its prompt this year, I got really excited because personally I find human development and the cycle of society fascinating. The first thing that my mind jumped to was the way that we as a species and a society, which have kind of become the same thing, move through life and advance. So, you are the product of millions of years of evolution. Life's only goal is to continue. For as long as life has persisted, it has evolved to overcome obstacles. But through human ingenuity, we have abolished life's form of traditional evolution in favor of our own. We no longer involve, we inspire. Hello, my name is Bailey Rankin, and today I hope to share with you some of my ideas. I want to walk you through a new way of looking at our species and our society. We are the first living things on planet Earth, and possibly to ever exist, that have changed the way we develop. This revolutionary new way of evolving, of adapting, is truly, truly fascinating and deeply interesting. So let's just get into it. Through some thought of my own and some research, but there's really not something out there that you can latch onto besides what I'm about to say. I've created kind of a bit of a theory. For the most part, it really boils down to how we think of a species and what we expect of its progress. It is my hope today that you will find what I have to say interesting and that I might inspire some thought in all of you. So, what do I have to say? Well, after contemplating about how a species evolves and adapts over time, I've come to a conclusion. It is very easy to personify evolution. Sometimes it feels as though evolution makes choices about species. The idea of natural selection implies that there is being a choice made. That choice is something that doesn't really exist, but it can save species and doom others. They either adapt or die. So there is no choice being made, but effectively there is one. This phenomena of personifying natural forces has existed for thousands of years. The reason being is that it's quite useful. It helps us visualize what is invisible and give meaning to what can seem meaningless. So today I plan to create my own visualization to help clarify what I'm trying to say here. This is Mr. Evolution. Mr. Evolution is responsible for all biological life's progress. He's made choices that elevate one species and doom another. He is responsible for us here today, giving this whole symposium. But my point today is that Mr. Evolution is not entirely responsible for our current development. Rather, we have another character to thank. That is Mr. Idea. Mr. Idea results from Mr. Evolution, yes, but he plays a more important role in this story. What sets humanity apart from most everything else is one tool. That one tool is Mr. Idea. Mr. Idea has given us a new way to create our own tools, to solve our own problems, instead of waiting for Mr. Evolution, who can be quite sluggish. So, now we can solve our own problems with our most powerful tool yet. In Mr. Idea's early days, he focused on small-scale thoughts. He would use what was already available to overcome simple impediments. For example, a knife or shelter. These things would give simple apes the ability to insulate themselves or the ability to use claws. The reason this is truly amazing is it would have taken Mr. Evolution thousands of years to achieve something like this, but it took Mr. Idea only a day. Mr. Idea gave Mr. Evolution's power to these apes. These apes used this power to dominate in every way possible. However, Mr. Idea wasn't just going to be contained by an individual. No. Mr. Idea has plans for sharing his power. One person could use Mr. Idea to solve a problem. This person could maybe create a stone blade to cut trees. Well, another person decides that Mr. Idea can help them, that a stone blade isn't exactly ideal for cutting trees. Rather, a stone axe might be more useful. Adding a handle gives power to cut down those trees. Later, once progress has been made, someone else might determine that a stone axe is not the most efficient, but rather a metal hatchet. Now, through many hundreds of years possibly, we have taken one idea and improved upon it and improved upon it, creating a new, better tool for solving a more difficult problem. Inspiration has replaced evolution. We no longer need Mr. Idea and Mr. Evolution to describe this. We can talk normally. We can use our own ideas, our own mental aptitude to discover what is truly here. Just think about how you might solve a problem. You wouldn't keep trying the same thing over and over again until just by chance something works. You would think, you would solve. This change in how problems are tackled is what I find fascinating. We no longer just throw our bodies into danger and have the strong survive. We think. This is how we've become so effective. We've created so much, accomplished so much, and we have the potential to do so much more. Evolution is deeply interesting and very powerful, but it can't shake a stick at ideas. Not just static ideas either. Ideas that transcend time, that can start hundreds of years before they're finished. Now that is truly a power to awe at, and we all have it. I feel that through this logical line of thought, I have all but proven, as a species, we have redefined a fundamental force of life. We've transcended the need to wait millennia to grow to taller heights or run faster. Instead, we just grab a ladder or get in a car. This is something that has been occurring for thousands of years now. We've built a global society all stemming from one idea. How can we do better? How can we be more efficient? That drive for improvement is the only reason we are any better today. And all that we have is not because of natural selection, but through inspiration. In other species, we would have expected to see some major changes over the thousands of years that they've been dominated. While some minor alterations have been made, as a whole, we stay remarkably similar to our ancestors, except for in one area, our technology. In my opinion, this effectively proves that our species has redefined adaptation, and this is massively important. This slight alteration in how a species improves in its ability to survive is both groundbreaking and unprecedented. It is incredible, and I find it fascinating that our advancement is not bound to countless species over years. Rather, we can advance leaps and bounds in a single day due to one person. And that could be any of us. As we further our education here, we are inundated with more and more ideas. These ideas are meant to teach us and inspire us. Inspire us to learn more, accomplish more, advance our society. In many ways, the individual has become empowered. Regardless of physical size or mental aptitude, any of us can add to our global population. It just takes one idea. Any one of us can change our species, redirect the course of our evolution, all to promote or solve a new problem, allow us to reach new heights. That feeling of inherent ability is supported by the evidence. Humanity has forcibly created, through its own ingenuity, through its ability to inspire new ideas, a new form of evolution. And the potential to make a change is in all of us. This isn't something to just look at or hear once. It is a way of thinking. Using this thought process, we can derive motivation. Your hobbies, your work, your impact are all only one step away from impacting society forever. You should be inspired. Look to history. Find the greats. Look to them for inspiration. Do your part to elevate your species, to evolve your species, because you can. Because we are all so incredible that we can impact the course of an entire species, which is a thought. I hope that I was able to inspire you in some way. I understand that some of this may not be revolutionary in its own right, but it is fascinating. That we have overcome and adapted to our environment. That is awe-inspiring. And I hope that sharing my perspective on humanity, I remind you not to give up, to endure, because through you, tomorrow might be better. In conclusion, the goal of life has not changed. We still desire to persist. But in the mode that we persist has gone through its own evolution. Rather than just walking to our future, we can get in a car and drive there faster than ever. Thank you.